Hey everybody, Asher here, back with some more Hearthstone, where I'll warn you I'm using some new recording software. So I hope this is going okay, but today we are playing as the Nope deck, which you may recognize with Avenge, Noble, Sacrifice, Competitive Spirit, Redemption, and Repentance. Up here, this is Secret Paladin. That's right, I managed to get very lucky in some packs and actually pull 2 Mysterious Challengers. So there we go, I figure why not make it. This is not an aggro list, this is a mid-range list. I can try an aggro list later on, but I thought mid-range would be a decent place to start. I saw it before on Competitive Hearthstone, made a few adjustments to it to suit myself, such as dropping a Secret Keeper, putting in a Divine Favor, dropping in a little bit more, and just trying to get a lay on hands as well. And part of that is to try and give a little bit more card draw, which I personally think the deck needs. Although Mysterious Challengers, hopefully we'll see today, is a really strong card in of itself. The goal of the deck is pretty simple. You make it through the early game, and Paladin has very good early game between its hero power, between Haunted Creepers, Knife Juggler, Shield of Many Bots, Coghammer as well, Muster. You'll notice that I run 1 True Silver Champion and 1 Consecration, and I don't run any Equalities. So you got to cut some meat from the deck to fit in the secrets, but if you can get those secrets to pull off in time, then things go really well. The thing about Secret Paladin is that people are very used to playing it already. I really like facing it as Priest, especially Dragon Priest. So if you're curious about how to fight it, I think I've recorded a few games as Dragon Pally versus Secret Paladin, but if not, I'll see if I can get some of those in later on. For now, let's just go ahead and dive into ranked play and see how we do as the Secret Pally. Hopefully the plays will explain themselves as we go on in.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
Alright, hopefully the Hearthstone deck tracker is showing this time. This will be showing my cards on the right, opponent's cards on the left. We'll see here. I think I really like Muster, I really like Haunted Creeper, I really like Coghammer early, especially Coghammer into the Haunted Creeper. Can be fairly nice, especially if this is Tempo Mage. If this is Freeze Mage, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. I am ditching the Divine Favor though. And we have a Mysterious Challenger in hand. Not always my favorite, but, you know, sometimes you just work with what you got. So, well met to you, and we'll find out hopefully really quickly what kind of mage this is. Chances are it's probably Mech Mage. That is a really good second drop, so we'll go ahead and drop him here and see if we can make this work pretty well. So we have Magister the Mage, who, I mean, most of the Pallies that you face nowadays are Secret Paladins, so probably not a ton of surprises for what could potentially be coming here. Unstable Portal, Gold Unstable Portal even, so that's going to be potentially exciting. Let's get the Knife Juggler out as well. If anything, Knife Juggler can be good to draw removal, and we'll still get the Coghammer possibly out later. Now I do run 2 Blessing of Kings, which I've had some people question, or not just had some people. I've seen some people, and myself have had some questions about, is the Blessing of Kings any good? So this is Tempo Mage. I don't know many other mage variants that run Arcane Blast. Good information to know. Mad Scientist as well, so we have Secret versus Secret. He's probably playing a Kezan. I thought about teching in a Kezan. We have our second Mysterious Challenger in hand already, so really what we've got to do at this point is survive and advance. So how do we want to do this? I think it may actually be better for me to go ahead and bust this guy, because if it is Tempo Mage, it is very likely going to be our good friend, the let me put it this way. I don't particularly want to mirror entity a Mysterious Challenger, but he doesn't get the battle cry if I do. And if it's Counterspell, I would hate a little bit to eat a Blessing of King Counterspell, but a lot of people are not running Counterspell lately, really, from the Unstable Portal. So we'll just say greetings there. Got our second Muster, so that's good. Let's find out if this is Counterspell. It's not. I'm okay with that trade. And it's going to be Duplicate. Ooh. That is exciting. Still the right move. We now know that those 2/4 cards are duplicated Emperor Thuricians, which they do have their original mana cost. So that's going to be very exciting. But so far I do have board, which as a Secret Paladin, that's all you can really ask for at this point. So Coghammer Hero Power may be the play next turn. I have a bunch of little things to ping, and he may have a decent Flamewalker play. depending on what he top decked. He only kept one card. That might be mass removal.
Many secrets.
Okay, so there's one secret down. Does he have a secret to play, or is... No, it just looks like this is going to be good old-fashioned... whatchamacallit. Now, the question is, do I want to run 2 of these guys in? Ugh. You know what? I think I'm going to run in 2 of them, play the Paladin Shredder. Save the Coghammer a little bit. It's so important to have board on your challenger play. So I'll just go ahead and do this. We lose a little bit of mana this way. And because I am... Well, okay, actually I'm not playing a Quartermaster. This deck did... I have seen some variants with Quartermaster, and maybe I could put it back in as well, but... I mean, the goal with this deck is to survive the early game and get your challenger out. That's really it. Even if he polymorphs it, even if something else. I have both challengers in hand, which is kind of the nuts, in a way, that I've been able to have so much early game and not draw a single secret. So I'm probably going to draw a secret now. There we go. 1 Fire Blast. Does he have anything he can play right now for 2 mana? That's good. Once again, we have 2 Emperors right there. Note that he's not really interested in cost reducing anything. So he's going to save his removal. True Silver is a fantastical top deck. So let's go ahead and do this. And we get all the secrets. 5 secrets. That's why some people call this the Christmas Paladin. Because it makes a little tree. I get it. Alright. We're going to go ahead and use our weapon charge. Because we have weapons to play to choose from. And now we have to see. It's turn 7 on his end. Can he deal with my board? He is not coined yet. Well, maybe. What am I saying here? I want second. I coined out other things. So, what secret are you playing here? It might be Effigy. Fireball, pretty good. And Will Avenge. There's not a great way to test for Vaporize other than putting this guy back out. And Competitive Spirit as well, so he can't ping it right away. Yeah, that's not what you want. Alright, so we have our second Avenge. That means that our second Mysterious Challenger will only draw Noble Sacrifice, which is why it's so important to have the deck tracker here. I have 3 weapons in hand, so it's probably better that I Coghammer first. Let's go ahead and attack first. Let's go ahead and send the less valuable minion in case it's Vaporize. There we go. Because Vaporize would have eaten through everything here. You might as well play the Avenge. You can still polymorph this, but the cost reduction is not really going to save him. If he it depends on what cards he has. It's turn 8. There's a lot of solutions that he could have on turn 8. So pinging it down, ping Fireball. I still have the True Silver in hand, so that's okay. Ooh, that's too bad. And there's Repentance. Repentance is a card that not everybody runs in their Secret Pally. I think it is very good as a response to turn 6 plays, or to hold in your hand for later on, especially against Druid. So, I have just chat lethal. So there we go. There's a Divine Favor as well. I could have gotten some cards if I needed it. That's why I think 1 Divine Favor is good in this deck. But still, that's kind of how the Secret Pally works. So there we go. Almost to rank 14. Don't know if we'll get there. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and dive into yet another game. Like I said, that's kind of the idea of the deck. I hope we run into a priest or something, because I'm very curious to see if teching the card draw is going to make the difference there. But we'll see what we run into, because it's ranked and we really don't know.
I will fight with honor.
Alright, so versus a Warlock, possibly a Zoolock, but we're not going to keep any of this hand. What you want to mulligan for in your early game is your Muster, your Shield, your Knife Juggler against certain classes. Warlock being probably one of them. Your Secret Keeper, if possible, your Haunted Creeper. And there's enough early game to make this work, so I've mulliganed everything. He's kept something. If it's handlock, we're going to have to really be the beatdown, but this is a very nice opener between Noble Sacrifice. Noble Sacrifice much better against Zoo, but looks like we're going to be curving out alright, that's for sure. So, ping, let me just tell you what I am. But then again, if you're playing a Paladin on ladder right now, it is very likely a Secret Paladin. So that's how it goes. Your goal is to make sure they don't have an answer for your turn 6 Doctor 6 Mysterious Challenger if you can make it work. But of course, that's the key thing, actually making it work. So he has coin, and he kept 2 cards. You used to be able to watch the mulligan and say, is it a hand block or is it not? But mulliganing 2 doesn't always give a lot of information. So which do I put out first? Knife Juggler potentially eats something, but it can draw removal as well as oh, excuse me, as well as possibly ping next turn. But I'm not in a huge hurry to ping. I think Shield of Minibot's probably stronger to get out there because it's less likely to be removed, at least by Warlock removal on turn 2. This can get Dark Bomb, this can get a lot of things, but chances are he's just tapping anyway. So we shall see. If anything, this survives for me to proc the Avenge, if it comes down to it. But I have a good turn 2, 3, and 4. If it is handlock, hitting a Divine Favor is going to be nuts. But I have to hit it, is the thing. No, not a handlock. Alright. And we grab Lay on Hands as well, so that is useful information. No, it could potentially, well, let me put it this way, it could potentially be a handlock with this stuff here. I don't think it's worth owling here, but that's a little risky because it does leave me open to certain board clears. Knife Juggler can be good as well. Like I said, I'm really debating this, but I mean, this aggressive play gives me a board advantage, but it leaves me susceptible to any of his early removal if he has Mortal Coil. So we're just gonna play it slow-ish. Hope that's not the wrong move. Like I said, I only have about 6 or 7 games experience with this deck, so I tried to practice it fairly hard. But it was in the middle of the night and I was pretty tired, so we'll see if anything carries over here. I'm also trying to do a better job of just trying to think ahead about my plays and everything, but so far, let's hear, he's played one of his opening cards. Just going face. Well, that's one way to knock him down. And we get the bonus ping. And is he gonna actually coin Hellfire here? I don't mind if he does. Alright. Because that still leaves me a piloted Shredder. So there's Dr. Boom. Our turn 7 player, we just need something. It's going to be a really awkward turn 5 if I have nothing to owl and I'm just hero powering. Which is kind of the peril that you run into with this kind of deck, which is mid-range. But I have enough things I can play, and I have a few of my late game cards. I don't have too many late game cards. But considering the Hellfire, it's very likely handlock. I don't know many Zoo decks that'll run Hellfire. Could be a Dreadsteed deck. I can see a Dreadsteed deck running a Noyatron, but... Whew, alright, good. So we can at least hero power, we can play around some kind of removal that involves AoE. And we'll just build a board. Build a board and hope we top deck a Mysterious Challenger, or some kind of Divine Favor. Those would all be lovely. I only run 1. Could be very happy running 2. But since it is handlock, we're going to have to be cautious here. I don't want to take him down too low until I'm ready to knock him out. Although I do have the owl in hand, so that was the right choice not to take out the Minibot. Twilight Drake. Probably as decent time as any to silence here. So we're not going to give him Value Giants. Alright. Ugh. We'll keep him from taunting up. Or we'll make him tap down into it. I do have potential reach with Consecration. I do have 2 Blessing of Kings, which I found very useful for reach. And all reach is just the extra damage you need to get something done. Whether it's trading with a giant, whether it's something else. But I have to be aware that since I've used the only silence in this deck, if it's Dreadsteed, I'm just going to have to deal with it. If he's running Twisted Nether, that's going to be hilarious. But I have how much damage on the board? Because this still could be a boom turn next turn. And he's possibly thinking about Shadow Flame here. So there's Void Caller. Alright. He's used coin. I think we just go for it. I think we just go for face. Because between Dr. Boom and everything else, I don't want to get too far gone here, so.
Weapons ready.
The battle.
Alright. This could be entirely the wrong move, but I think it's just, if he board clears, if he Shadow Flames, there's the risk of the boom bots killing him. And I've just prevented him from tapping down. He may have giants. The nightmare is giants plus Taunt Maker. But I do have a board that can deal with it. And I have 2 turns before Jiraxis, unless the Void Caller calls Jiraxis, which is hilarious. So there's 1. Does he have the Taunt Maker? Even better. So please don't be a Sun Fury. Well, that's too bad. Said sometimes you just gotta go for it. And so is he trading? Okay, he's gotta trade with something here. Alright, since that's the only demon. Oh, the top decks are real today. Alright. I don't think that's lethal though, but we gotta see what the boom bots do first. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Well, the good news is that we do have the damage for this, so... Alright.
For justice.
Weapons ready.
The battle.
And I guess we're gonna have to trade out the good doctor here.
Quickly.
And we're gonna have to, I guess, force a trade here. Then we'll just hero power into this. And here's the other thing. What did I run into? I ran into a handlock last night with one of my friends, Yuki, watching, and I think we both came to the conclusion because he was like, "Oh my god, if you had just gone face that whole time, you could have had lethal." And maybe I should have gone face with this piloted shredder. Looks like he's going for value. I am happy for whoever that chooses to avenge. So, does he have the beast in his sights? No. Iron Beak. There's worse things that can happen there. Like Shadow Flaming on the board. Really? Hobgoblin.
I can ease your pain.
Okay. Well,
The light protects me.
it's a little annoying. But let's see here. That's 4, 8, 10. Is this 1 damage very important? Not really.
For justice.
Let's see if we can at least save a life. Alright, so we don't need to lay on hands yet. That's not quite who I wanted to trade in, but that's okay.
Reporting for duty.
But yeah, when you don't, what happens when you don't pull Mysterious Challenger with this deck? You've just really got to hope that you get what you need. And right now, since he can kill this and heal for 3 when killing it, I had to consecrate there. It's too much of a board. I'm gonna have to hope that Lay on Hands grabs me something useful that seals us back in, because right now, Jiraxis, well, there's a lot of things he can fish for here. Tapping for 3 is pretty damn risky, as he's played coin. Actually, he may have just lethal himself. No, he still has the heal for 3. Dark Bomb, alright. He did not lethal himself. Noble Sacrifice, not really the card I want. So let's heal up. Okay, we do have a Mysterious Challenger, we do have a Secret Keeper, and we do have a Blessing of Kings. So we can force him to do something here. So Secret Keeper, Noble Sacrifice, pressure the face.
Job's done.
We do have one Mysterious Challenger. That's 4 damage that maybe if I had gone face with that Shredder the first time, this game could have already been over. But we don't know for sure here. If he goes, like I said, if he goes face and leaves that up without having a Taunt Maker, we'll be okay. So that's not dead. Alright. Does he have another heal? Yeah, that's smart. That's unfortunate. Alright. So what do I draw next? Second Blessing of Kings.
Who am I? None of your business.
Really am not a fan of going all in on one card like this. What's worse? What's the chances that he has a demon? Probably pretty good. He is playing Mistress of Pain. He is playing Hobgoblin. Because he can kill this with any kind of removal.
Let me think.
For
So let's take this out. Alright. Very unfortunate to get the second Blessing of King there, but if he has any kind of removal for this, I'm going to be in trouble. He does, but I've already gotten through his Mal'Ganis. This is not a great turn for him to Jiraxis, although he could. The deck's pretty much spent. I mean, it's a mid-range deck, so... Does he have double taunt here? Yes. Alright, so Repentance does that. So that slows me down a little bit. And that's all my secrets. I have no more secrets. Tyrion would be beautiful right now. So attack. Noble Sacrifice is gone. Baby Y. There we go. Competitive Spirit. It was all very exciting.
Reporting for duty.
So we do have Redemption and Avenge. We'll put this on here.
Stop asking questions.
We'll save the weapon charge. Interesting game, though. That's for sure. Divine Favor would still be a good top deck here. Because I think he's going to tap instead of burning his hand. But every turn... Okay, well, it's a Hobgoblin Demon deck, so that's pretty terrible for me. That's especially terrible. And he's just gonna go face. Because he knows one of them is Avenge. And I've already healed up. Yeah, you don't want to attack the little guy. I mean, the only reason you attack the little guy is to proc Avenge for something. Alright. Muster is good here. Redemption, welcome back to the living. And there's the rest of your guys. So, does his board kill me yet? Still unlikely he has a demon. Let's get that info first. No demon. That means we win. Which is good news. Barely survived. Wow. Okay. That was fun! A little intense, but I do want to play a little more Secret Paladin, but unfortunately, I gotta cut this one just a touch short this time. So hopefully at least seeing the deck, and we'll take a look at it again here in just a second. Let's see, we're up to rank 14, so cool. You know what, let's go ahead, just as a celebration of adding to what some people will call the Bane of the Ladder, Secret Paladin here. Let's buy a pack and see what we get just for fun. Not really looking for too much more from the Grand Tournament. Just 40 dust from the looks of it. Yeah, Spawn of Shadows. I could try Aggro Priest. I've dusted like 3 of those already. But yeah, Bone Guard Lieutenant, probably an underrated 2 drop, but sometimes if you're playing on curve, it's hard to get that Inspire off. Still a 3-2 for 2 is nice. Yeah, otherwise, not too much there. But hey, let's look at the card collection one more time. Like I said, it's very much a mid-range deck. I would have run out of steam if not for Lay on Hands. It's too bad I didn't get a big Divine Favor. But I do think 1 Secret Keeper is good to keep in there. The original deck list that I saw ran 2 and no card draw. So that really just didn't quite mesh with what I was hoping to do here. The 1 Consecration and 1 True Silver is so far proven to be enough, but I think part of that is because Mysterious Challenger is so powerful, but I'm not sure exactly how powerful this deck is going to remain, mainly because you have, well, how do you put it? You have things like Avenge, you have things like Noble Sacrifice. Those are pretty easy to play around. If he had just kept attacking face, I wouldn't have procced those. I understand why he tried to get that knocked off, but he probably was not expecting the redemption. So as people learn to play around these secrets a little bit more, like Priest is very good at it, because Priest is going to have a board, and Priest can Shadow Word Death the Mysterious Challenger, even if it doesn't get Avenge. Other classes will have to rely on Big Game Hunter, which is a card I could tech in here, but I haven't felt the need to at this point. But yeah, overall, it's a solid list. It has a lot of good stuff. I could potentially, I think the original list actually had 1 Murloc Knight as well, which is pretty good, but I mean, if you saw from the games, I didn't find myself hero powering that much. So being forced to hero power for a Murloc Knight can be a win condition of itself. But your main win condition is Dr. Six, the Mysterious Challenger, even coming through in the late game this time around. But that's it for now. This is Asher. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all next time with even more Hearthstone action. Probably going to do another game of Secret Paladin, a longer video. And then we'll do some ladder climbing, which at least for right now, from what I've been seeing from the meta here, a lot of people are running Kalinto's Priest list. You see a ton of those. You see a ton of Secret Paladins. And there's one deck that does really good against both of those, and that's Control Warrior. So we'll probably be doing some videos here of laddering. I've been laddering with Control Warrior with pretty good success so far. But hey, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all next time with more Hearthstone. Hope the recording turned out alright. Take care.